Hello, hello, hello. It has been absolutely a long time since I have went live, but I was sitting there yesterday on my job while I was having a little time to meditate, and something just hit me, and I wanted to share with you a few things, or wait a little bit just to see if anybody get on. I pray that y'all are having an amazing Friday. I um I just got through recording one of our episodes. I don't even remember which one it is. Seems like we steady doing and moving quickly, so I can't even keep up. That's why I have to have assistant to help me out and give people a few minutes. I thought I sent a few of these out of my time on. To show. Okay, I'm going to make sure. Okay, so I just literally wanted to talk about on the title it says a set place. Hey Vanessa. But it says it talks about a set place that God has for you. And yesterday I was absolutely just worshiping God, and God reminded me, I brought you here. And I know that may sound simple and that may sound small to some people, but it blessed my soul because he let me know. He said, I brought you here. And what he reminded me about in that quick moment, that quick second, was he reminded me that you didn't choose this place. I chose it for you. And what I wanted someone to know that is when God chooses a place for you, that's your set place. That's the place. Like you're not just going to that place because your mama went to that church, or you're not going to that place because your best friend is at that job. I remember a long time ago, um me and my best friend were so close that everything she did, I did. Like she would start school, I would start school. She would get a job, I would get a job. She would go here and I would go here. Like when you're following your friend, you're following, they don't have any obligation to or in the plan of what you have. Like so you're trusting in your friend. But when God has ordained you to be in a place, when God has given you the right or given you the authority of a place, it's a whole different place. It's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. And what God began to deal with me, he began to show me, he began to remind me, I brought you here. That everywhere in my life that God began to remind me, I brought you here. I brought you into this place. I brought you into this place. I brought you. Somebody needs to hear this. God brought you into this place. God brought you into this abundance. God brought you into this place. Don't think that the devil has won. Don't think that the devil is getting the victory, because God has brought you in to this place. Say it with me. Type it. God brought me here. It's nothing like knowing that you're not alone, that God brought you here. Remember, a long time ago, we used to be big on whoever you come with, that's who you're gonna leave with. Whoever you come with, that's who you're gonna dance with. Whoever you gonna be with, that's whoever you gonna be with. So when God bring you, you coming with God. Like you coming with God. And y'all, that just blessed me. That blessed me, that helped me, that shift my mind, that shifted my perspective. That just, because I was sitting here and I was like, well, God. And he said, I brung you here. I brung you to this set place. You remember you was fighting against the brick. You remember you didn't want to go here, but I told you here is going to be abundance. I told you here is the place that's going to save you. Here is the place that you're going to get developed. Here is the place that you're going to grow. Here's the place that's going to change your life. Here is your set place. And somebody needs to rest in that point. Somebody needs to rest, and here's your set place. Here's your set place. Hey, Michelle, here's your set place. Here's the place of abundance. Here's the place of the riches. And so many times we think abundance means money, finances, but sometimes it's not necessarily that. It's the abundance of grace. It's the abundance of oil. It's abundance of favor. It's abundance of shifting. It's abundance of moving. It's abundance. Hey, get in your set place. Make sure if you don't do nothing else, listen here. If you don't do nothing else, be obedient. Be obedient. Be obedient to what God is saying and move accordingly. Be obedient. Don't let nobody move you. Don't nobody shake you up. Don't let nobody throw you off. Be obedient. Be obedient to your will. Be obedient to God's will. Be obedient. Be obedient. Be obedient to how he's telling you to move. Be obedient. Sometimes people, I feel this. Sometimes people want to move you out of the place that you have been called to because they see things you don't see. Mm. They see things that you don't see. And when they see things you don't see, you got to get focused. You got to clear your ear out. You got to clear. Other way, I had an earache and I had to take care of that because it was fogging up what was saying in my ear. Oh my God, I hope somebody heard that. It was fogging what was coming in and out my ear. And so the point is we've got to be more intentional with God. We got to be more intentional with what God is saying to us. We know he's real. We just sometimes second guess what he say to us. We are where he will. We're aware. We're aware. We're aware he's real. You know, he breathe, we breathe in, breathe out. But what about the things that he wants us to do to shift our lives? What about the things he wants us to do to move our lives? What about the things he wants us to do? He said, get off the milk, get off the baby food. Let's go get some beans, some steak and potatoes. Like it's time to get the real food, but we have to have a shift in our perspective. And we've got to understand and we've got to know that God has placed us. We're not randomly going through life. If you are listening to him and he placed you, for prime example, if he placed you in a church, don't let nothing stop you from going there. Don't let nothing stop you from serving there. Don't not let nothing stop you from giving that place your best. Because this is the thing, God ain't gonna say, "Oh, okay, because they did this and they did that. I understand why you stopped praying. I understand why you stopped serving. That's God. God not gonna ask us that. He gonna hold us accountable for what we do and when we do it and how we do it. And I know this is for somebody because he been dealing with me this. He been dealing with me about this for the last 2 days. And I told him today, all right, God, I surrender. I'm going to be obedient to your will. I'm going to be obedient to your way. And I'm going to tell your people what you're saying. Get in your set place. Get in your set place. Stop going through life in your routine. Stop doing what's convenient for you. Stop doing what's convenient for you. Hey, Pastor Eugene Lennon, stop doing what's convenient for you. Stop moving in your comfortability. Move with God. Move how God is telling you to move. Shift how God is going because we all have a set place. We all have a place that God wants to use to develop us, to mold us, to shape us. Because when we get in that place, that's when the magic happens. When God starts going deeper down and he starts getting us out and starts cultivating us and starts lining us up with his will. Mm, can't nobody take that from you. It's like I love my church. Most people know I'm a member of Destiny Church. I love my church. And my pastor is is Dr. Javon Good. And when I tell you the nuggets, the information, the things that he has taught me, the development he has taught me in the last 9 years. I know it doesn't seem like it, but the last 9 years, the things he has taught me, the things that he has developed in me, can nobody, can nobody take that away. The woman that I have become by sitting under his ministry or sitting there serving him or whoever's in the facility of the team, can't nobody take that away from me because that's a power. It's a power in serving and not looking for nothing. My God, it's a power in serving and not asking for nothing. It's the power. I remember even I don't know if he's still on here, but Pastor Leonard, I remember watching my mom uh serve in his ministry. I remember growing up as a young girl watching my mom serve in that ministry. And that changed my life because I watched her intentionally serve this man of God. And I watched her how she gave it her all. Sometimes she was not maybe in the best health or whatever, but she served. She served. She served as an usher. She served we was in everything. She served as a choir member, choir director. She served and she was going to give her best no matter what. And when I tell you that's the way I model my life, that's the way I model who I am, is serving. I don't even have to know you. I just got to know God is in you. And God, no matter of fact, I got to know. All I got to know is God want me to do it. That's what I need to know. If I know that God wants me to do it, it's done. It's done because it's a power in serving. It's a power in submitting. It's a power in believing. It's a bigger picture than you. It's a power in it. And I thank God for each and every each and every year that I've been at Destiny because God has shown me how the girl that entered the first time and the woman that I am now is two different people. But all of it came out the obedience. All of it came because I was obedient to him to say. I mean, literally, I remember I didn't at first. I didn't even know this man. I used to hear him on the radio, and something in me, like I would hear him on the way to going to my father's church, and something in me would shake up. Something in me would just stir me up, and I would be shouting before I leave the house. And I remember, and I'm often reminded of who God has allowed him to be in my life, and I'm thankful because it's a power in serving. It's a power. All I'm telling you today is get in your spot, get in your place, get into the set place that God wants you to be. Because when you get into that spot, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but what I'm going to say is it's going to be better. It's going to be better. We say yes all the time and we don't understand what the yes entails. Sometimes it's ups and downs. I get that. But let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like being obedient to God. It's not one time that I have been obedient to God and it wasn't worth it. Like the favor right now on my life, the doors that's opening, I know it's because my obedience. I know it's because I'm in the place that God called me to be. I know it's because God is up to something. And I refuse, hear me clearly, hear it from my mouth. I refuse to walk away because I know that God is in control. I know He's in control. Right. Obedience is better than sacrifice, Michelle. I agree 100%. I know. I know He's in control. But I didn't come on here to preach. I didn't come to fuss because it's Friday and I love Fridays. I came just to say this. Get in your set place. Get in the place that God is calling you to be. Not only in the church, but in the community. If you're doing it right in the church, ask God what your set place in the community is. Because that's the best place that's going to bless you. If you're not in your set place, you're not in the place that God is calling you to, ask Him. Ask Him. Say, God, where do you want me to serve? Where do you want me to serve? And we definitely got some room at 1950 Reed Street. You better tell them, Michelle. Put it down in the comments. We listen, we would love to have you at 1950 Reed Street, Destiny Church, where we're purposed by God, created to see, and destined to win. So listen, think about it because God is up to something. And you don't want him to do something and you're not involved. But if you're not in your place, how can he find you? You're not in your place. Like we used to do when we was a kid, we used to be like, well, you wasn't in place, so I went to the store without you. Why do we expect God to come look for us when he told us where to be? Why are we expecting God to come look for us when he told us where to be? I love y'all. Y'all have a great afternoon. Yeah. My goal is for the rest of 24 is to be continue to be obedient. I'm doing a podcast and I'm super excited about podcasts because you know what? Becoming is the whole movement. Yeah, it's the whole movement. And I'm excited to be part of it. Yep. So you can catch us on Thursday on all podcasts at 7 o'clock, or you can catch us on YouTube at 12 o'clock on Friday. So I love you guys. Until next time, because I believe God is doing something for all us. Bye bye.